If my dog coughs, I apologize, but she's going through a thing. Anyway, today we have Björk in Venus as a Boy. Now, I always feel weird saying Björk and not Björk, but I've been told that it's not Björk, it's Björk. So anyway, today we have her and Venus as a Boy. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've probably heard parts of this, and I've heard many different of her songs, whatever. And I know this one is supposed to be one of her signature ones. So if I might have heard parts of it, I don't know, but I've never totally immersed myself in a song or listened to it with headphones or anything, and I don't know what it's about. So I'm just happy to get back to Björk today. I always love her sound, love her voice, and she's so far ahead of her time. So anyway, let's just get into it. Let's go. This part is really familiar. All right. Fading away here. All right. So, Björk. Anyway, Venus is a boy. Oh my goodness. Like I said during the song, the parts, obviously I guess, I don't know, you would call, because there's an Indian flavor to this song. And yeah, like I said, the part that was familiar there, I've heard, yeah, that part of the song. And again, it's, one of her, most known songs, I guess. And again, she's, I got to get to more Björk, but I don't want to do too much at one time and all this stuff, but I love her music. Anyway, I love her voice. She's so, first of all, hold the phone. I'll get back to my first point. She, there's an Indian flavor to the music. And again, hearing this in passing before, I've never noticed that. I don't know. It's just, again, when I'm just actually, I guess, paying attention, yeah, there's an Indian flavor. There's, some kind of, I wouldn't say a backing vocalist, because I don't think there is a backing vocalist here, but it's just, I don't know, there's a lot more different sounds and noises that I hear that I've never, paid attention to before. And I just really enjoyed, as well, her voice. And again, I like the parts, where she's talking gibberish, I guess it is, as it's in the lyrics. And again, through the song, there are some annotations here on genius.com, talking about the song and just saying, when she talks gibberish, some people, I guess, thought that she was talking Icelandic, but she herself has said, it's just gibberish, just what I'm feeling. And again, I always just love that when, a singer can just do that, and it just whatever feels right at the time, just speak gibberish, sing gibberish, and it sounds beautiful. So with her, here, it's such a chilled out song. I mean, it's so dreamy as well. And just how it starts off so ambiently, and I guess throughout the whole song it's ambient as hell. It's just, such a great, vibe. It's so nice and, like I said, chill. And it's just like, I can just, you just imagine chilling out, yeah, and, relax and listening to this. And it's just so good, and it's just so, I don't know, it hits your heartstrings in a way. Talking about, Venus as a boy. And again, Venus, which, I'm pretty sure I knew before this, was, Venus is the, hold the phone. Couldn't remember off the top of my head, but I know Venus was some kind of goddess, the goddess of love and beauty. And as it talks about again in genius.com here, talking about, by describing the boy as a male equivalent of Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, Björk talks about his belief in beauty as a way to express how he feels, the sensuality, the love, the taste of her, and that beauty can resume all these aspects. And again, this is just such a beautiful song. I mean, you talk about beauty. This song is a beauty. I mean, it's just a classic. And again, it's a Björk classic as well. And with this as well, talking about Venus as a boy, and just the way she delivers those lines. And again, she just, I don't know, she sounds so different. I mean, her voice is unique, I guess you would say. Again, I hate using the word unique, but I don't know if there's anyone who sounds like, like her. It's just, and again, I've probably said that before, but it's always true. I mean, her voice is just so different. She just has a different, she hits a different note. And it's just, when you're listening to a Björk song, I mean, that's what you got to say as well. It's just, it's great. And again, her writing style as well, because, you talk about the first verse, his wicked sense of humor suggests exciting sex. His fingers, they focus on her touches. He's Venus as a boy. And talking about, again, all the sensuality, talking about sex and touching and his wicked sense of humor. And again, I don't know, I just love her writing style. I just love how, because again, other songs I've reacted to by her, as well as with her, the group, the Sugar Cubes, I think they were called. Yeah, she's always kind of had, I don't know, it's easy to say, another way to say it's like her writing is sometimes kind of horny, I would think. And I'm always in favor of that. I always think it's fun. And that's another thing. It's just fun. I mean, this is just a fun song to listen to, and it's just a beauty to hear. And again, it's not, the lyrics aren't too long. There's not too much going on. There's 2 verses and a couple choruses and some gibberish. And it's just, again, it's just such a relaxing vibe. It's so nice and chill, and I just love it so much. And again, I love the Indian flavor, the stringed instruments or whatever, and the arrangements and everything. It's just all so good. It's just all perfect. And I like as well, just looking here, that this was one of the last songs added to the album debut. And thank God it was added, because again, I just, this was so good coming back. Because again, like I said, I've heard parts of this and it was familiar, but I've never, looked at the lyrics, and I've never known what she was talking about. Again, what she talks about, because again, her accent and stuff, I don't know what she's saying all the time. But so looking at the lyrics, her talking about, sex, and again, Venus is a boy, you're talking about beauty. He sees the real beauty, in everything, from, just the beauty of daily tasks that I guess she does or whatever, to, not just, the superficial beauty, I guess you would say. So again, it's just a great song about, beauty again, and, real beauty, whatever that you can find in everyone. So anyway, I am on genius.com, like I've said many times already. There is a bio here, and I always like to read the bio just to get a little bit, more about the song. So it says one of the most popular songs off debut, "Venus is a Boy," was written by Björk and produced by Nelly Hooper. It was released as the album's second single in 1993, August 93. One of the last additions to the album, like I said. She recalls, I think I wrote it in my living room in Iceland and sang it into my dictaphone. I've never heard that word, but I'm an idiot anyway. Later, by accident, we were going through sounds, and I found this broken bottle sound. It wasn't intentional, but it sounded great, reflecting her interest in Indian culture at the time. Okay, so that makes sense. Reflecting her interest in Indian culture. Well, my goodness, I'm not just making stuff up, because I thought there was an Indian flavor. The song features string arrangements recorded in Bombay. And I like this last part here. The song was inspired by a specific person, but Björk has never revealed who it is, although it is supposed that this specific person is Dominic Thrupp, also known as Dom T, with whom Björk had a relationship at the time of the writing. So again, I just love and how she's, and how she says, I'm not going to tell you who it was, but she also says, I see here that she talks, she'll tell the people who the song is about, she'll tell that person and see if they're all right with it, and if they are, then she'll, she'll use it. So I just love how considerate she is. It's just like, I love everything you hear about Björk. I can't see her killing a fly, for God's sakes. It's just, I just really enjoyed from the music to the sentiments to who it's about and how she's very private on that. Because again, I just love how musicians, how private they can be, or how closed up they can be on what a song is about. Just to they want you to have your own interpretation, kind of a thing. And so I just always love that, and I just love her musicianship. And again, I just this was just such a great vibe. And again, debut from '93. This again, she's had so many albums. It's just I gotta I gotta listen to so much more Björk, whatever. And so this was a real treat, I have to say. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta really say. Is there anything else? No, I don't think so. My dog didn't really interrupt me. She's sleeping now, so that's good. She's done coughing. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, everything like that. Once again, I know people always request Björk, and I'm always happy to come back to her, because again, like I've said already many times now, I just love her. She's very good. And I'm glad, even today, she still puts out music that's very good. And it's just, from what I've heard, I haven't listened to a lot of it, but from what I've heard, she's still so good too. So anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you guys again soon.